To the touch, make mischief at your best. I follow at the cuff, fake belief unrest. Frozen feet I move, the winter brings anew. Though shallow in my shoes, left Holland bruised.
Hello everyone. Hello. And welcome. Oh, it's time for some more of the Bearded Fool gaming. Looks like everybody's rolling in a little slow today, but that's no problem. We'll get started right on time as always. And we will jump right in tonight. So, just a heads up, I might be cutting the stream a little short because I actually still need to put this deck together in paper because I haven't done that yet because I'm a failure. And so I might have to devote like 30 minutes to doing that tonight or something. But outside of that, pretty excited. So tomorrow, Bront, myself, and OC are going to be heading up to the SCG Open in Richmond, which should be a lot of fun. So tonight I'm going to primarily focus on getting this list solidified. And make sure I'm happy with how everything's playing, make sure the mana base is right, and really got to work on the sideboard a bit. Like, the sideboard is probably the part that needs the most work. I just got to make some hard decisions on what I really want in there and not. So that's kind of where we're at. Just some general discussions on the deck. As we've talked about before, this deck is a little more focused towards the anti-aggro matchup. That's why we're running the main board grazers, and we have the root snares, of course. I did cut one root snare down to 3 since we have the 3 grazers, because it kind of does the same thing to a degree. So that gave me an extra slot. Some people are only running 2 Tamio, but I think she's extremely important for the deck, so I like her in 3. I have thought about dropping the search down to 2. But it's pretty vital for the deck to really go off. It really needs search active early, just because of the ramp aspect of a land flip, and then the comboing outgoing infinite. I'm running 1 blink and 1 callous. That's my removal suite, pretty much. And then our win con that we have main board is the single callous. And I don't like the idea of having 1 single main board card, because if it gets syncopated or, you know, unmoored ego or something, like, we literally can't win. So the secondary win con that we have here is mass manipulation here. So that I think I'm gonna like this kind of my secret tech. I think this is pretty good against a lot of the decks that we're gonna run up against. It can take planeswalkers, it can take creatures, and it gives us a way to win even when we can't go off with Callus for some reason. So I like having the 2 main board answers. I like it a little better than Commence the Endgame. There's an option, there's a consideration that maybe a Kefnet is actually better. But I've not been super impressed with Kefnet, although a lot of people are very, very high on him. So Kefnet probably needs more testing, but for right now, we're going to have him sideboarded. I could easily see him going mainboard in the future, though. But yeah, overall, I think this is just where we're looking at for the deck. So we're going to go ahead and look at this sideboard. So I think a Narcissus Reversal, I'd almost like to have one main if I could fit it. I've thought about dropping, like I said, a single search and putting in the Narcissus Reversal because it does so much. It kind of combos with our Nexus, and it just hits so many relevant targets. It even hits, you know, removal and burn against red, other counter spells. Like, it just does a lot. But for right now, I do have it sided since we're kind of focusing the main board on anti-aggro. If I were not playing the Grazer's main, I would probably play the Narcissus Reversal main. So Narcissus herself's also been very good in testing, so there's a high likelihood that I should be running 2 of her. Crushing Canopy is pretty versatile. I'm not sure about Saheeli and Nissa and Commence. Like, I don't know if I need Commence. It kind of seems like we're already, like, we have 2 win cons. Do we really need more? And then isn't Nissa and Saheeli both and Kefnet kind of all additional win cons? So it's like, I feel like I have too much of that in the sideboard. So looking at different lists here online, because that's obviously, you know, kind of where we have to go with. Some interesting options. Some people like the Biogenic Ooze in the side as well, but I've never liked that card in the side. I've never been happy with it. So I'm not going to play that one, I don't think. That's going to be one I cut out of the side. Some people do like to run like the Sinister Sabotages in the main and such, which I'm also not a fan of. And then some people are even running 3 Blast Zones, but I feel like it cuts the mana base a little rough. Like, I don't even like having the 3 Memorials. I kind of like to go down to 2 on this, but I'm leaving it at 3 for right now. There's just a lot of different ways to go with the deck, honestly. Like, you can kind of choose your own win con. Like I said, I'm kind of doing this Mass Manip just as my, like, secret tech. But yeah, you know, we got Spell Pierce, Negates, Narcissus Reversal. That's all against control. Got the Crawl Harpooner specifically for the Tempo matchup. It doesn't really come in against much else. It does win the game against Tempo, though. I don't think Tempo is going to be as popular, so that's why I'm only running 2 of it. Again, I've already went over Narset Crushing, and I think that's pretty much it. So right now, we really just need to decide what we're doing, and the more I think about it, like, don't think Commence the Endgame is necessary for the deck. I like it. I think it's good, but maybe it's just better to have like a Nissa in the side, and then at the same time I'm like, well, maybe Commence is just better in the matchups I would bring in Nissa, so maybe we don't want Nissa. So it kind of goes both ways. And there's also the option that Saheeli should actually be the 4-drop with Murmuring Mystic as well, but I've actually liked Saheeli quite a bit. She's been pretty cool. But I kind of like to get a second Narset in the side, and I kind of like to get a one of these extra win cons out. So I think my choice is going to be to drop either Nissa or Commence. Question is which one. Commence is pretty straightforward. I think I'm going to drop Nissa out of the sideboard for right now. I think she could easily be in here. I think she's a good card, but for right now I'm going to try without her. And we're going to go ahead and up the... I think we're going to go up on the Kefnet for right now for testing. And then... might even drop Saheeli right now. I think we'll kind of leave it like this, though. I do like Narset, but she is clunky if you get multiple. But the same with Saheeli. Maybe Saheeli should be a 1-of also. Pretty confident in the mana base. I think it's pretty much correct. Matches what most people have out there right now. Some people, like I said, run the extra Blast Zone over a forest, but I like having an extra colored land. It might be correct to run a 3rd Blast Zone. I really don't know about that. I guess we can test with that. Let's go ahead and test with it and see if we run into any mana issues tonight. It probably is correct to run 3. So that is the deck for right now. Thanks for stopping in, everyone. Welcome, by the way. Yep, other than the Biogenic Ooze, I think our sideboard looks pretty much the same as everybody else's. So yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and continue in this. Hey, Mouse, welcome, bud. How's it going? So we're going to go ahead and continue. The deck is actually a little different in this if we want to continue our traditional constructed event here. But I guess I will just go ahead and try to cash out some gold. Like I said, a couple of cards that you just saw changed, but pretty much the same deck. So we'll go ahead and continue through. Burning Lights here as well. Welcome, guys. How's everybody doing tonight? You love the new O3 Sloth? Yeah, he's really cool. He's really fun. He is really good. Just had a nap. I did that earlier too. It felt pretty good. Carries your gate deck so hard with mono red, right? Ron, welcome. Staying up way too late. Yeah, I can't stay up way too late tonight because I gotta be ready for tomorrow. Now, this is not a perfect hand, but we'll try it. Almost here. SCG Open is almost here. As I was saying earlier, though, I may have to cut the stream like 30 minutes short or something tonight because I do want to make sure that I get my deck built tonight. So, well, Callus is really good because it's also your win con, so it allows you to play less removal, or sorry, to play less win cons because it's built into your removal. So it's very, very strong for that situation. So we'll Growth Spiral into Opt. Because all you need to win this game when you go infinite is a 1/1 or a 1/1 that you can make into a, you know, an XX, and then you know, that's all you need to win. Just keep recurring it with Tameo. That's all you need. Like I said, I have one extra win con in the deck because I don't like the idea of just having 2, or just having 1 rather. But other than that, that is it. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play the Wilderness here. Eventually, might be able to like go off next turn. We can even put an extra counter on the Blast Zone now to get rid of his 2-drops. It's good to me. That's another 2-drop. I think Blast Zone's very strong against mono red. Only thing it is bad so far is mono white. I mean, I don't mind Callus against mono white. It gets rid of the tokens. Gets rid of their guys that are buffing, makes them play more mana. I don't have a problem with it. Like, obviously, if it was an instant, it would be great, but, you know, it's not, so. Let's go and Opt. Yeah, I guess we'll draw that. Hey, hey, Eli, welcome, bud. Glad to see you tonight. How's Mr. Eli doing? So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 10 mana. We can't do Chemisters, actually. We could go ahead and do Callus. And Grazer, I guess. Or we could go ahead and pop off this Blast Zone, but that seems kind of mediocre, so... Yeah, let's just do the, Callus here. Take an extra turn. So we didn't play land yet, so I guess that's fine. Guess we'll go ahead and do the chemisters. We actually cannot really attack with the 1/1 yet. Is this the deck you guys have decided on? You're doing pretty well going to play in some of the competitive arena tournaments since? So you're going to go? Okay, sweet. What are you on now, Eli? This is what I'm playing. Bronze on Teamer Reclamation, I believe is what he's playing, and then OC is on Esper. We decided to split up and kind of go with our own decks that we really all wanted to play. Okay, that's fine. And then if we need to go up to 3 mana for some reason on the Blast Zone, we can with this. So we don't just randomly lose to mono red this turn. I'm actually surprised he didn't play the Steamkin before that. Abzan mid-range. Nice. Yeah, Bronze on Teamer. Razor's really good against mono red though. Play a Grove Rover. Welcome to the stream. I don't think I recognize your name, so if it's your first time here, welcome. Played a Bolas deck in honor of your failed Mythic Edition order. It is pretty crappy what happened with those Mythic Editions. I guess we'll leave this on 2, that way it gets rid of both of these and his Steamkin potentially. Oh, it's Chris? Okay, welcome, bud. How's it going? Ooh, that's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and play that. Let's go ahead and play... We'll leave the 2-1 up again. It doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and play Search. Go ahead and play Tameo. I guess we just dig for Nexus here, right? Yeah. Is there a point in floating the mana here? I guess we will just for the heck of it. eBay let them oversell them, and now they are given compensation at 36k orders. That's actually true, yep. That's exactly right. We need to leave 1, 2, 3 open, so I guess we'll just, let's see, I have 1 extra, so I could put 1 into this. Yeah, I guess we'll just wait and see what happens. We'll let that 1 mana go to waste. Next turn we can flip as content, probably go infinite. He could kill us this turn pretty easy though, I mean we're low. Very low. We could just lose. This is the one matchup where I kind of liked having Krasis in the deck just because the life gain was relevant, even if it was only a couple life. Eli said he has a nice Bolas Super Friends deck. I'll tell you, the curve out that the Grixis deck does is really annoying, actually. Where it's, like, turn 3 Thief of Sanity, turn 4 Bolas, turn 5 Bolas, turn 6 Ugin, turn 7 flip your Bolas. Pretty annoying. So we're going to go ahead and pop this one off. Oh no, I destroyed my Search! That was actually a terrible play. I forgot about Search being there. Oops. That was a play mistake. So mine, you ordered after missing the first wave when 90% orders didn't go through with failed payment, and you're now without it? Yeah. It is pretty depressing. I think killing my Search there may have lost us the game, actually. Or at least made the game go much longer than it should have. But we're still just digging for Nexus.
I know.
Hey, there's one. Let's see. Guess we can go ahead and bounce that to his hand. Draw a card. Fine. That's a card. So do this first. Dig for Nexus.
Seek and find.
Hey, we got one. Now we go to combat. All you need is just a 1/1. Turns out when you go infinite turns, all you need is a 1/1 to win. And then we can even go ahead and use this too to draw a couple extra cards. Dig for the Nexus.
Let me aid your research.
This guy is going to make us play it out apparently though, even though we have basically gone infinite at this point. I guess I should actually do this first. Oh, there we go. That's pretty sweet. One extra turn. Just to maximize our efficiency here. 2 extra turns. Dig for Nexus.
To the library.
Oh, we actually didn't find one. Wow. Oh, we found one. Who would have thought? We're gonna be here a while, boys and girls. This guy's making us play it out instead of surrendering. He's one of those guys. For the record, don't be one of these people in real life. When your opponent has the win, you just FF. There he goes. Okay, finally. Well, eBay holds your 250 for a week. Oh, I didn't actually know that, Grove. That's actually much worse than I thought. Eli says, you remember that time that I was the only one that knew Squadron Hawk was going to be good? I do remember that happening, somewhat. The problem is he probably brings Legion Warboss in against us here, and Legion Warboss kind of just beats us. I don't really know exactly how to sideboard this matchup. I think because of the potential of Legion Warboss, we actually leave the Mass Manipulations in the deck. I think we probably drop a Search, drop the Tameo, bring in like 2 Saheelis and a Kefnet. We didn't bring the Narset's Reversal, I guess. I swear I think this should be main. I bring it in like every match. What else is not as good in this one? I guess we could drop the Callus in this matchup. We need to drop 2 cards though. Maybe I drop like 2 Wilderness. Maybe drop the Blink and the Callus. I don't know. Let's do 1 Wilderness and 1 and the Callus. I don't know if that's correct, but we're gonna try it. I don't know if Kefnet should actually come in this matchup, but it seems decent. Blocks like Phoenixes and stuff, if you were to bring those in. Yeah, that was a good time. Good times. Squadron Hawk meta, man. I love just losing to a bird with a sword all the time. That is not a great hand, but I guess we'll keep it. We have a Fog. We have card draw. Alright, I guess we'll just start with this. Doesn't really matter. But Mono Red doesn't have a 1-drop, it feels good at least. I also remember the time they actually built an absurd deck in like 30 minutes. I remember Gaining Ground, definitely. Yeah, that was a fun and awesome deck. What was Optani's turn, I guess? Yeah, I still think about Gaining Ground often. That was a really fun deck. Turn 5 Cruel Ultimatum, yep. Good memories right there. I don't think we need that land specifically, so we'll bottom it. Yeah, it's actually kind of bad. We don't really have a turn 4 play, or a turn 3 play. I mean, this deck doesn't always have turn 3 plays, but... Also kind of bad that we don't have a Blast Zone right now. That would be really strong. We could actually get rid of 3 of his cards if we had a Blast Zone. I don't think we're going to Root Snare this turn, so we'll just hard pass. Got a lot at the stage. Such a powerful card. That's not great. Guess we gotta just hope to live one turn here. Mono Red loves to crush your dreams in every format. Yeah, it does that. It's possible that we drop Mass Manip from this matchup. Guess we have to fog this turn, so we can't actually draw cards, which is kind of sad. We also don't have enough blue mana to even use Mass Manip right now because of our awkward draw. Nobody expects Mono Red? Nope, never. Never thought it would happen. Where's that Blast Zone when we need it, boys? Would have won us the game just now. I can't play the Chemisters. I have to just, like, take the extra turn here. We're only gonna have 10 mana. Yeah. Guess I'll just play this tapped, then take an extra turn. Not the worst. Now we do actually have enough to play the Chemisters, right? Because we'll have 6. If we tap 4, we'll have 8. Take 7. Yeah, that works. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 2. And then 8. Yeah, okay, that works. We just need to draw a fog here again. Actually good. Now we can get the fog back from our grave. That's fine. So go ahead and minus her to get back the Root Snare. And that happens. I guess we could go ahead and draw cards here. Hope he doesn't have 3 damage. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, he could top deck a lot of stuff here. Okay. We also have a bounce spell. Actually, you know, I probably should have bounced this guy. That way he didn't have the extra mana. No burn spells? Alright, I think we got there. Let's go ahead and bounce this Steamkin now, I guess. We'll get to draw a card though. Yeah, that's fine. So now we have enough to take 2 of his creatures, so we could actually like take that and that. That doesn't really gain us anything. We also just play Saheeli and draw a bunch of cards. We could dig for Nexus here. We could dig for another Fog. I guess let's play Saheeli. Then let's dig and get a Servo. Growth Spiral. Growth Spiral seems okay.
See things differently.
That's fine. Definite. Alright, so let's go ahead and dig for Nexus now.
I think you will find my note.
No Nexus. Okay. I think we'll actually go ahead and just draw cards off this for right now. Alright, hope he doesn't top deck burn again. He's flooding out just a bit for red, which is good for us. This is why I like Saheeli in this matchup, like she just does stuff. Wizard Lightning, okay, so he had that the whole time? We just lose. Why was he slow rolling this like that? Okay. Maybe he drew it that turn, I guess. I don't think we want the mass manip here. Yeah, mass manip was not great. I never thought it was great, but I felt like it's playable in that matchup. Maybe it's not, I don't know. It's good if they bring in Legion War Boss, I think. I guess we could have played it last turn though, taking his stuff. I don't know. It goes both ways. What do we bring in here? He has so many creatures I hate to bring in a negate. Actually, We'll bring in the Callus again. Probably need that early bounce. It's not great. This will keep it. If he gets a fast start, we'll probably just lose. I mean, I think this is naturally one of my harder matchups, though, just because it's so fast. Especially if he gets a turn 1 play, which this guy apparently doesn't play turn 1s for some reason, which is weird, but whatever. Or he's just gotten really unlucky. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, wait, no! I forgot these weren't islands. I messed up everything just now. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's actually really annoying, though, because now I can't, like... can't even play it. I mean, he doesn't have any creatures to deal damage with, so that's still fine. Nothing really changed. Unless he plays a creature right now. Okay, he has a creature, so now it's relevant. Yeah, that's really frustrating, actually. Should have shocked ourselves. Wow, that was a play mistake and a half. Now it's like I want to play the Grazer. But I think I gotta go with the Wilderness here. Really annoying. One of the many reasons that I don't like Memorial a lot. But I could have easily played a Breeding Pool early, got around that, so it's my fault my sequencing there was incorrect. Depression. I guess he would have just bolted it, but then he wouldn't have got to bolt me. But yeah. Risk factor? Copying risk factor with Narcissus Reversal seems really bad. We would have already saved 2 life if we had played it correctly and played the Grazer. Alright, well at least we get to do it now. I guess I should have probably actually chemistered at the end of turn there. Would have been mana efficient. He says lethal here, probably. We could actually Narcissus Reversal this. I think we're going to. It gives him an extra cast. It makes his mana less efficient. Force him to use the Fanatical now. It's just such a tough matchup. The fields I don't think are great cards, but they do just add up. You know, he's already got an extra, what, like 3 damage off of it? About to be 4 or 5. They make a difference. That's why I kind of like Krasis in the sideboard. Like, every time I go against mono red, it's like I really want a Krasis. Unfortunately here, I think I'm going to have to let him draw the cards. Feels bad, but we have to. Just hope that we can, like, combo out here. Somehow. I don't think it's gonna do it. Wait a second. That's actually okay. We have 7, right? Oh, that's actually good. I was really lucky, actually. Alright, let's draw some good stuff. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for, alright. Alright, we didn't get super lucky twice. That's unfortunate. Probably lose here. I mean, almost certainly. Out of 6 cards, all he has to have is 2 burn spells. Yep. I assumed. We almost got there. We would have needed to have like a search active there. Would have got us there, I think. All right. See, most of the decks right now don't run any type of life gain side or anything, so it's interesting. Like, I wonder what they specifically do against the mono red matchup. Maybe I don't think the ooze is good against mono red. Root snare. Yeah, just looking at the deck list here, I'm just double checking, make sure I didn't miss anything. And yeah, there's definitely nothing like that. It's just a matter of just comboing before they do, I guess. Win some, you lose some. I just accept that as a hard matchup, though. It's also possible that I made play mistakes at some point, but every time that happens, I just really want to like have one freaking Crisis in the side, though. Just for that matchup. Alright, let's go ahead and just go into some traditional ranks for a bit. We did make a mistake. We made the mistake in that matchup, though. I think we ended up even on life, though, where we didn't play the Grazer correctly. I think we ended up even on life. Oh, wow, that's absolute garbage. Apparently, Forest is just going to haunt us today. There we go. That's fine. Oh boy. Oh, the grill deck. We probably lose this. Oh, that's actually good against us. Yeah, Thresh and Bronodon's pretty relevant against us. Grill Spellbreaker. And another line of war for good measure, yeah. Well, this is not looking good already. We have drawn a little poorly tonight, though. So I think we're going to bounce that now. At least make him like recommit his mana to it. So we're gonna get rid of Wilderness, so it's not gonna help. He's out of cards though. We just lose? Does he pump it by 4 right now or something? Yep, called it. Are we dead? No, we're at 2, okay. Shock me for the win? Well, there's a Nexus, but I don't think we can cast it this turn. There's a Chemisters and a Tamiyo. Tamiyo does nothing. Actually, I guess she could dig me for the fog, which is what we have to dig for. So, this is what we'll do.
Like the phases of the moon. I noted this somewhere.
Oh, we tried. We tried. Yeah, I think this Gruul deck is a very good deck right now in the format. It's very hard to beat. Oh man, what do we even like bring in here? I guess Saheeli seems okay in this matchup. Maybe the Crisis? I don't think I want really any negates or anything. Mass Manip seems fine, I think, yeah. So they probably play Domri. So what do we even drop this matchup? Drop maybe like 2 searches. Tamiyo. And a Wilderness. Drop like most of the combo pieces. I think that's it. Actually, maybe we should still have 2 searches, probably. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll try it. I don't know if these Grazers are actually good in this matchup, though. Could leave the combo pieces in and not play the Grazers. Yeah, because his stuff's bigger anyway, so let's do that. Leave the Fogs, though. That seems correct. Seems okay. Get another blue to get the Saheeli, but assuming we get Saheeli, he doesn't immediately die, we can make some blockers. Hopefully eventually take his stuff. Yeah, I guess that's fine. It's not great, but it's a blue source. Cinder Vines. Ooh, that hurts me so bad. Card is so good against me. We can at least deal with it with Blast Zone, thankfully, but it's a very scary card. Cinder Vines basically says destroy target Nexus deck. Oh, you know, I didn't even think about him giving that haste. That's probably a mistake to place the Healy there. Probably should have just played the Blast Zone and put a counter on it. Yeah, I didn't think about the haste aspect. Definitely has enough of it. Now it's like I really need to make this on 3 instead of freaking 2. Unmordigo? No, Unmordigo it doesn't bother me. I usually beat people who I don't think in testing at least I've ever lost to a person who resolved an Unmordigo because they always take Nexus, which is the mistake. You don't take Nexus, you take the freaking Wincon. You take Callus or Hydrocrisis, whatever like that you think they're playing. Because they can Nexus all they want, but if they can't win, like, you know, it doesn't matter. Do I draw cards or do I put counters? I guess we draw cards. Yeah, but in my experience, they have always chosen Nexus, and I've always won the game. Because at that point, it just doesn't matter. I just play other cards and win with them. This is so bad. Cinder Vines is so good! Okay. It's kind of weird he would just get rid of it, but I guess he has lethal on board, so it makes sense. Now that's actually really ironic, so we don't have a green source now, so we just lose. If we had a green source, we would survive the turn. That is ironic and a half. That is really ironic. That's the risk of playing 3 Blast Zones. Actually, I guess we don't necessarily lose. I could use a Blast Zone to kill off his Llanowars. I guess we just do right now. And we still lose 99%, but theoretically, we'll have another turn. Yeah, he has a pump, so yeah, it's over. Yeah, that matchup's really tough. I'm sorry to hear that. Looks like my bitrate's looking good on this end, so I don't think it's anything on my end. It could be lagging on my end. Oh, not showing any drop frames or anything. I don't know. Maybe it's just Twitch acting up. Oh, man. Makes me sad that we're losing all this aggro, because the deck is supposed to be, like, better against aggro. Makes me want to move these to the side. I wouldn't be surprised if Gruul actually wins the event on the weekend. Yeah, I mean, we don't really have sweepers. So we just got to deal with it Hope we win before they do. I don't know. I think Gruul is just a lost match. Yeah, that's kind of a sweeper. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we can really win that matchup like majority of the time. I think it's just the one we have to accept the loss in for the most part. I think we're still favored against most control decks, most like mid-range decks. Just the really fast aggro and the really beefy aggro like mono green, red green, stuff like that. And I think the deck is pretty tight. The sideboard can still be changed. I mean, maybe there's something in the side I could bring in. Like, I don't know. Maybe I should go up to the 4th Root Snare. Yeah, Blaststone actually is a sweeper. That's a relevant one. You know what? Let's do this. Let's go down to 2 Search. And we're going to go up to the full 4 Root Snare. So we're going to be... against aggro, that might just be necessary to have the extra copies. And then against control, we just drop. That's an extra card to drop for the sideboard plan too, which is kind of cool, I guess. Right. And the problem is that Blast Zone is very, very slow, even with Wilderness. That's a pretty good hand, actually. One of my nemesis cards, Thief of Sanity. How I hate thee. Actually fine with drawing that Callus here. It's pretty good. Everybody and their mother's playing freaking Thief of Sanity right now for some unknown reason. You know, maybe that's the secret tech I need to bring in. I need to bring in, like, destroy a flyer out of the sideboard. That's the secret. You know, I actually wish I could undo that. Can I undo that? Okay, whatever. There. I guess that's fine. It's not really what I want, honestly. Okay. The question is, do we fog or growth spiral here? I think we'll go ahead and growth spiral. Not the best situation. This is the Sultai, right? Blue, black, green Sultai. He actually has a lot of choices here. I don't know what he actually takes. Okay, that makes sense. Even though we're missing a land, but I guess we're probably going to draw into it. Look at that. Could actually minus the Tamiyo to get the Wilderness back. I don't know if that's really relevant. I can just plus the Tamiyo to draw cards, which seems relevant, like to search or something. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play Tamiyo. I guess let's dig for Wilderness out of the deck. Wilderness would still be good for us here. And look up some budget decks where you save up wild cards for the new meta. There's a lot of it. Well, this at least puts him in the situation where he might want to attack Tamiyo instead of me. And if not, I mean, Tamiyo sitting around is good. He like Vraska's Tamiyo and then swings at me, which is exactly what he's doing. That's a little rough. Mono green Blanchwood, that seems cool. Gonna trade it here. We missed a land, didn't we, as well? One turn? Or we missed the growth land, yeah. So, like, for example, if we'd gotten the growth land and we top deck a land here, we could mass manipulate his thief, which would be strong. We actually got rid of our, one of our wilderness there. Last zone isn't terrible. I guess we'll leave it on top. You can sell your soul and play mono blue, it's true. I did that for quite a while. I'm just curious what this guy has of mine. Right. I mean, tempo's really easy to win with, so I recommend it. Thief is such an annoying card. Four rares, right. Another thief. Okay, we'll go ahead and canisters off that. I guess technically we should have waited because he could have like a duress, but it's whatever. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands right now. So we really can't do anything. I guess we could take the thief with the mass. It's fine. I guess that's what we'll do. Vivian, ew. Should save the mass now.
Let's see if you're worth.
But see, him knowing that was in our hand probably changed his sequencing there. And he kept Vivian back because he knew I would do that. That's smart on his part. He did that right. He is helping us get to our Nexus, though. 1, 2, 3. Gotta shock herself here, though. That's not very good. Now, Jhin is very important for that deck. There's a search, a little late. What's funny is Grazer's actually pretty good against Thief of Sanity, ironically.
The wilds are my shield.
He has so many of my cards, so he probably has a Nexus of his own in there. Hey, I called it. Jhin connected 3 times. I mean, Jhin doesn't often live, but he... Get rid of that? Okay, that's fine.
Feel not again.
Do you have another of my Nexus? Amio. Okay, that's fine.
Let us see if your talents are worth cataloging.
Right. Yeah, he's really good turn 1, obviously. He's like a permanent Llanowar, kind of. I mean, him having reach is what makes him okay. Like I said, he's actually pretty good against Thief of Sanity, so he got like Thought Erasure? Okay. That's a little surprising, actually. Okay. So we're going to do this. Okay. Ooh, I could return the Tameo to my hand, and can I play Nexus too? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, not quite. Darn it, if I had one more land. I could return the Tameo to my hand, player. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then get back the Fog. That seems fine. That seems pretty good. Let's do that.
I would like to ask about any lunar anomalies you have experienced. The storied past holds our future.
Guess we're gonna play it. Razor might be alright with draw decks. I'm not sure if this is one. That's fine. He wants to take the Nexus, he can. Chemister's also fine. Like, nothing bad here. So I didn't realize that reach? Yeah. Seems like a reach to you, Off Lover. Oh, by the way, Off Lover, I don't think I have seen you in chat before, so welcome if this is your first time here. Thanks for hanging out. Right, I mean, most people run it side. I have it mained just to kind of make my deck a little more anti-aggro. Alright, well, I guess this is our chance to maybe do something here. No, actually, maybe I don't want to do it that way. Hold on. 2-drop. 3-drop, 3-drop. Go ahead and play and put one counter on it that way. Then Nexus, that seems fine. Okay. So let's go ahead. Actually, yeah, it's probably, yeah, we want Wilderness in play. So we'll go ahead and put Wilderness in. Then we're going to go ahead and dig with Tameo, try to find, I guess, more Nexus. Which we got. Okay, now we can actually go ahead and... Okay, we got it. Yeah, we were going to go infinite there pretty much, so... Yeah, Grazer's been pretty solid. Like I said, having Reach makes it really relevant. It is really primarily to deal with mono white and mono red, which it does pretty well. If it gains you 3 or 4 life and puts a land into play, I mean, that's you can't ask for more than that. So, so we're against good stuff. They have lots of counter spells, lots of planeswalkers. So probably bring in Kefnet. Probably bring in the whole control suite, honestly. He does have some creatures, but I think Narcissus is great. I think Spell Pierce would be good. Maybe like 1 negate. He did have some flyers. Don't know if Crushing Canopy would be worth. Mint seems okay. The only thing that the standard list have that I don't is they don't run mass. And they have, what is it they have? They have, I'll tell you in a second. Let me focus on this for a moment. We're against that, so we don't really want the Fogs in this matchup. We don't really want the Grazers, so we'll put the Grazer at like 2. We'll bring in, I guess, 1, 2 negate. Definitely seems fine. Wilderness seems fine. Mass Manip seems great. Versus Reversal seems good. Here's Negate, Opt. It's a Healy we could bring in here. That seems a little mediocre. I don't want to bring in a Crushing Canopy, but we're not going to. I think we're good with that. So the stock list are running, what is it? There's one card different. Oh yeah, some of them run Sinister Sabotage. And then some of them are running, some of them run Frilled Mystic, which I don't agree with. And then some of them run like extra Blink of an Eyes, stuff like that. Seems fine. Right. And like I said, every list has it sideboarded, so I'm just making the pre-sideboard decision to have it in the deck instead of the sideboard. Right. I did have 3 searches, but I dropped the 3rd search down to put the 4th Root Snare, because I used to only have 3 Root Snares. I just changed that for this matchup. A little surprising. Is he missing land? It's fine. Growth Spiral actually seems pretty good here. We'll leave it on top. Let's go ahead and play the Blast Zone. We'll go ahead and just do this main. Actually, I guess we should wait in case we need to negate. Probably should play the island there instead. Whatever. Just in case we need to negate something. Do we want to negate a Duress? Gives them less information. I don't think I'm super concerned, so let's just growth in response. Put the island into play. Then I guess not really worth it. Like if he takes any of these, it's fine. But he might take. He's probably going to take the negate, so shouldn't I just play the negate? Nah, we'll do it. We'll let it happen. You're currently running a similar list to you, but minus the 0-3s, and the Mass Manip. Right? Yeah, I don't play the Mass Manip is kind of like my own tech. It's what I'm testing with. So yeah, some people were running the Commence. I tried it out for a while, but most of the lists now run the 2-mana bounce because it's just as much a win con as Commence. And it's also your removal, so it serves as both purposes and allows you to commit less of your deck to your win cons. So that's kind of like where we're at with that. Most of the lists online are running the Callous Dismissal as a one-of, as the only win con, but I like to have the Mass Manip in there as well. I'm gonna bottom that. It's not terrible. I don't know if we get another turn, but if we do, we'll be looking pretty. Yeah, I mean, Expansion Explosion is very good in the Teamer version. Let's see, so if we did play this, we could have a maximum of, if I play a land, that'd be 1, 2, so it's only 6, so it's not quite enough. But yeah, let's go ahead and play the Wilderness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just put this into play. And hopefully we get another turn. Hadn't seen the dismissal before. These, I mean, it's slow, but I mean, slow doesn't really matter. That's fine. All he gets is a Nexus. Nexus is perfectly fine with me. Grave chamber? Yeah. We'll go ahead and put a counter here. Speaking of, that actually does save us a turn. I guess we leave that on top. I guess we'll go ahead and play this on the Jade Light. It's kind of bad, gives them extra value, but it seems correct. Yeah, I think we have to do it there. Now we can just kill these guys. So let's go ahead and move to end. Float some mana. Oh. This gets rid of our search, though. Darn it. I don't really want to get rid of the search. So the one awkward thing with Blast Zone is how it kills our own search. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and put 2 counters on this, I guess. Yeah, so he's going to force us to get rid of him. Yeah, I guess I should have just done it on my turn. Really hate to kill our own search. It's really unfortunate. Oh, end of Vivi. Okay, that's game. We lose right there. It kills our wilderness.
That let's do this again.
So we can keep her down with the zombie, though.
Ah! Strike me, and you strike nature.
Yeah.
Balance comes.
Vivian's pretty strong against us in general, though. It's a hard one to beat. But yeah, to go back to what we were talking about before of, they use Callous Dismissal because all you need is a 1/1 to win once you have the infinite loop, because you'll just eventually use Tameo to recur it from the grave, bounce everything on their board, keep making your zombie bigger, and then eventually use attack through and beat them. So it is, like you said, a slow clock, but it's not really a big deal. That's fine. Now the question is, do we want to attack? Or not attack, but do we want to destroy the thief? Build up to get rid of Vivian? Or just draw some cards? I think we just need to draw cards right now. That is not what we needed, boys and girls. It's annoying now at this point. I think we gotta do something before he can just win next turn with Roalesk. So yeah, I guess we gotta set ourselves back even farther on lands. I think we've lost this game anyway at this point, but
So
we'll
it's
keep
going to
playing
be
it.
like that, huh? I've seen things that would break someone like you.
If this thing had been a 2/2, it would have been fine. Let's see if he has the counter magic, I guess. Right. That's game. Alright, so he definitely has quite a few flyers. Kefnet would still be good here. Mass Manip still seems good. Blink of an Eye and Callus are fine. A couple Grazers are fine. Spell Pierce is probably not necessary. Maybe bring in like one Crushing Canopy just to have a removal spell. He does have counter spells, so maybe we should bring in the Commence here. Let's bring in the Commence. Maybe drop like a Tameo. Seems fine. Alright, let's do this. If I had 2 lands, this hand was great. If this was even an untapped land, I'd be fine with it. Guess we can dig 4 deep. It's probably still keepable. It's not fun, not good. Try it. We need to keep risky hands. Hey! Mr. Sandman with a host of 10 people. Welcome everyone. How's it going tonight? Narset's Reversal I think is good because it allows us to combo with our own stuff. Whether it be a Chemisters or a Nexus. And it also is good against their like thought erasures and stuff like that. Yeah, Mr. Sandman, I think this is the first time I've seen you. The name sounds familiar. Maybe you've been here once before, a while back. But it's good to see everybody. We're just jamming out and playing some Simic Nexus tonight. Probably be streaming for another hour or so. So glad to have everyone here. What is the reaction to, Mr. Sandman? You been here a few times? I do apologize. I don't it hasn't been recent, has it? 'Cause I don't think I recognize the name from the recent weeks. Hey, it wasn't bad. But if so, I do apologize. It's hard to keep up with all the names I see in chat, so. Within the past 2 weeks? Okay, my bad there, Sandman. My bad. We've been having a lot of new faces. The stream has really been growing recently, so I do apologize. It's a little hard to keep up with all the people that are coming in and out and such. So I don't really want a second search here, so we'll bottom that. Wouldn't be bad to get a couple lands. That's kind of weird. Why would he draw Harpoon? But regardless, glad to have you back, Sandman. What were you streaming tonight? How was everything going on your side of things? You don't play best of 3 just for that reason? Yeah. Nexus is a pretty fun deck. Pretty fun deck. I guess we'll go and get the search out. Two cards in grave. Yeah, I'm going to the, for everybody that's here, I'm going to the SCG Open this weekend in Richmond. And that's a little annoying. And I'm going to be playing Nexus IRL. So as soon as I'm done with the stream here, I'm going to put together the list for the actual tournament. Everything, got to sleeve it up and all that. You played a First Strike Boros deck. That's funny. That sounds interesting. That's what's cool about the meta right now, is that there's just so much randomly decent stuff. So many decks that are just randomly viable. 3 in the grave. We'll grave that. Chemisters. Okay. Go ahead and main a Growth Spiral here. Well, that wasn't exciting. We're kind of having to play risky with the hand we kept, so We made it so all your creatures would have double strike. Are you using the, what's his name? Quinde? Is that his name? I actually should have probably growth spiraled here on the trigger. That was a play mistake. Too late now. I don't think I can do anything if I take full control here. Can't even do it? Okay. Can I take full control? No, okay. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Not a huge deal. The 3/3 drop that makes everything double strike while attacking with it. I think he's talking about Quinde. It says all creatures first strike have double strike. Well, we're about to just lose, is the problem. I mean, he probably has removal here. I guess we have one more turn, even if he does. Alright, we'll see what happens. I think we will just go for the life preservation here, though. The mono green deck is making you appreciate Arlen Wolves? That's funny. Dude! You build a Wolves deck? That sounds a little janky, but maybe it could work. Does that do anything for us? Actually, it's, yeah, that's actually good. We'll leave that on top. If he counters this, though, we just lose, right? But it just is what it is. Hey, Sherp, welcome. We have to get rid of the Jade Light, which is bad value again, but we gotta do it. No, I guess we don't have to. Yeah, let's just... so risky. Panther! Welcome, bud. I think this is my first time seeing you, Panther, so thanks for stopping in tonight. I mean, we've probably lost this anyway. We'll take out the Harpoon. If he has removal, he has removal. If he has counter, he has a counter. This is what it is. Kind of just aggroed us out. Yep, there's the Assassin's Trophy. You meant to be on earlier, but you've been engrossed in Minecraft. Is it weird that you understood that? I think I missed something there. Alright, well, we lose. Unfortunate, but we got out aggroed. So I guess that's what he did. I guess he changed his deck into like a green-black kind of mid-rangey aggro. Just kind of beat us. You know, I have to say, the more I play with it, the more I'm really, really liking the Callous Dismissal. Like, I'm thinking about playing it instead of Blink of an Eye entirely. No, the best deck against us is red-green. We pretty much just roll over to that one. Red-green is very, very good against us. Panther, thanks for the follow, my friend. Thanks again for hanging out with us tonight as we're doing these final tweaks to Simic Nexus. Really thinking about trying it out. Let's try it out for testing right now. Let's go up to 2 Callous. You know, maybe this Mass Manip is not good enough. It's been pretty good when I've drawn it, but I don't know. Maybe it's just better to have like the single Krasis still or something. The sideboard still needs work. I know it's not ideal. This is like a lot of just random stuff I'm testing. Like a lot of people say Kefnet's great. You know what? You know what? Let's do it. Let's switch this around. Let's try out Kefnet main. And put the mass inside. Kefnet will be our win con. Kefnet and Callous. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with how everything is. I think the lands are fine. We'll try this out for a game. Yeah, we're hoping that this weekend's going to go well. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. So, plays third Alice over Manip. Oh, you're saying that I should play a third Callus over the Manip. That's possible. Callus seems very, very good. Like I said, I've been reading some articles that say that Kefnet is extremely, extremely good, so I just kind of want to try it out. Like I said, right now this is not like I'm grinding for wins. I'm just really trying out cards, hoping to get some experience with them, and also just practicing the deck to make myself more aware of the sequences and stuff that I need to be playing on the weekend. Because that's what I was going to say, is it's exciting because this is the first time that I've ever went to a competitive event like on the day one of a new meta. So it's going to be really interesting to see what all we face, because there'll probably be a lot of unique decks and such. This is not a great hand, but it's perfectly keepable. Would be good if we had like a forest, or even a breeding pool, and a search would be really good here. I don't think it matters, but we'll do this just in case. 2 Nexus is not great in hand right now. Oh, we might get run over by Gruul before it even matters. So, rank draft reward isn't until the 10th. Yeah, it's true. It is a while out. It may not be. It definitely may not be. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, they usually wait a couple weeks on the rank draft. Null Hot Ferrix. Well, that's a clock and a half. Oh well. Guess we have to take some turns if this thing lives. Very likely the wilderness will just get Brontodon or something though. I think we are going to go ahead and just chump here. That's a lot of damage. Well, thanks again, everybody, for coming in here tonight. Thanks again for that significant host there. It's actually, you might have the record for the largest host now, Sandman, actually, which is pretty cool. Really? Okay, this is happening, I guess. That was not an excited. Yep, that was a, this is not really looking good, but it'll be annoying at least, right? So we have to wait till we have at least 2 mana, so we actually can't do anything. We need 1 more land really bad. So yeah, can't play Tameo because we only have 5, so yeah. Let's click some mana. You do have to get going. Wife's doing that thing where she's nagging. Don't let her hear you say that. Yeah, no problem, Sam, man. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for bringing everybody in here. Truly appreciate it, bud. Really need another land here. Be really nice. That's not terrible. That's actually fine, because we can still do it again, so we're good. 5, yeah, that's fine. 3, yeah, okay. Still need that land, though. Really? That was a premature surrender if I've ever seen one. Let's get these song requests playing. Thanks for queuing us up there, Bernie. So we're getting some mono green, good stuff. Mass Manip does not seem great in this matchup. So Hilly seems fine. Racist maybe's okay. Maybe Mass Manip is okay. We just can't, I guess, can't get the 6/6s though. Might have enough gold for 4 drafts when Word rotates in. That's pretty good. I don't know what we actually drop here though. Tamio 1 search. Maybe just the actual wilderness should go. That's fine. We'll try this. I'm kind of experimenting anyway, so we'll try this. Yeah, I think I'll have 15k or something like that saved up on gold, so I should be able to do a few. Get my gym deficit recovered from the freaking bad silds that we've done. That's not great, but it's cheesy enough to maybe get there. We'll try it. Hey, thanks for the follow, Ov. I appreciate it, buddy. Good old Diddy Kong. By the way, if anybody is wanting to put any songs in the song queue, it is only 2 in there right now, so it shouldn't be too long until yours would come up. You going back to work, Ov? I appreciate it, Ov. Thanks again for hanging out. Yeah, it's not the best. Would have been really good to get another land there. No blocks. Building an off-brand throw-to-the-world Skyrim-esque tower. Okay. Oh, there's the Bronodon. Dang, man, we really needed to land here. Wow, really? This is not a great situation. Maybe we just lose from not getting our 4th land. Like, if we'd had the 4th land, would have forced him to get rid of the Brontodon, or I would have taken 2 extra turns. That's also really bad. Like, Cindervines just shuts us down so hard. Oh, man. Yeah, we gotta just go for the wilderness. He's gonna kill it, but we gotta go for it. I think if we gotten our lands on turn, like we could have ramped into them like we really wanted to, I think we would have been fine. He might just kill us here too if he has the pump spell. Which he probably does. Alright, let's see if we can draw something, which I doubt. Hey, look, those are lands that we missed. 3 in a row. Let's see, if we bounce something, we have 2 blockers, we still lose. But yeah, we lose. Alright, we gotta hope to not get stuck on the 3 or 2 lands, whatever we had there. I guess we could bring in this, actually consider it a Cindervines. Maybe bring in like 1 Crushing Canopy. Honestly, might even drop 1 Wilderness since he's... Maybe drop the other Search. Maybe drop another Wilderness. I guess we'll bring in the Mass Manip. Alright, that's something, I guess. Let's try this. Really? Man. I'm just gonna try it. I feel like playing risky. Theoretically, we have over half our deck in lands, so... definitely leave that on top. Question is, do we want to dismiss that or play a Grace? I think we actually want to dismiss that. That'll slow him down a turn, maybe give us a chance to get caught up on our lands and such. And it gives us a blocker for later, so it's all relevant. Pretty sure I've played against this guy before, MTG Marmot. Sounds really familiar. Come on, lands, baby. Give me a land. It's not a land at all. I swear this make me think I should go up to freaking 27 lands or whatever the next number up would be in this deck. I think it's 25 or 26. Oh, there's a random Vivian. That's nice.
Let's tear this place apart.
This is just depressing. That sounds like Paper Mario music. Really? This is really, really depressing. I don't know why I didn't attack Vivian. He was tapped out there. That was actually a mistake. I wasn't paying attention. Paper Mario was a great game. All of them. Well, all the like the first three or whatever. Thousand Year Door is amazing too. Like, this is why we just lose to red green. Like, they just do shenanigan-y stuff like this. Also, doesn't matter that Vivian's gonna ult in a turn. Like, there's just nothing we can do. You should stream it sometime. You could, Bernie. Go for it, man. I thought about it. I used to do a little bit of retro streaming. I don't even know why I'm still playing this, in all honesty. I should have already surrendered it. So if we'd gotten our lands on turn, we could have drawn an extra, like, 4 cards at this point. Like, I guess we'll just fog here. Should I wait? Yeah, we'll just do it now. Look at that crazy amount of just ridiculousness. Only I only had white and just wipe the board right now, we'd probably win. Yeah, next turn he freaking ults Vivian and it's just over regardless. So let's just see what we would have drawn. Do more lands. Slap me in the face with it, why don't you? I mean, we shouldn't have kept the hand that we started with though. So I mean, that's partially our fault. So. Yeah, I think red-green is going to be by far one of the harder matchups. I don't think we reliably beat that at all, so... That's just how it goes, I guess. Gazoo! It's Gazoo! That looks okay. That looks okay to me. Kellis is definitely some sweet tech, though. Does everything you want in a deck like this. Some inconspicuous common does everything you want. Duress. That's main board Duress, guys. That's fun stuff. Luckily, I literally have nothing good in my hand right now. I mean, the Callus is slightly decent, but against a deck playing main board Duress, it's completely worthless. Sure. Actually, might get to try out Kefnet for once. Main board Duress, that's something. Yeah. I'll bottom that. I don't think it really mattered having the growth spiral there, because it would have put me maybe at 5 mana, but I have 4 drops, so it's like whatever. Thief is a little annoying. Supposed to play Kefnet though. Let him remove it with his inevitable amount of infinite removal. If he can't remove it, it blocks really well, so that's pretty cool. I don't know what's up with everybody just loving this mainboard Thief of Sanity, like, really annoying. Really random, too. Like, it just seems bizarre. But, it's not even just, like, the Grixis deck. Like, there are multiple decks that do it. Weird. Now do we play Kefnet or Wilderness here? I guess we just actually, I think I actually play Wilderness here. It's more value over all. He also might have a counter spell, and I'd rather Wilderness get countered than Kefnet. It's like a Disdainful Stroke, which apparently he's playing pre-sideboarded for not creature matchups, so. That's a little annoying. Not a huge deal, but it could be relevant. Nothing relevant there. So far he's helped me out with all these mills. Everyone has been good for us. Unless he has something really relevant right there. Another Thief. Okay. We'll go ahead and canvassers here. It's pretty much the same thing. Trying out 2 of the Callus Dispersal, which seems cool. Trying out Kefnet main right now. This is just like for literally right now. The people have been talking very highly about Kefnet, so figure deserves a little more testing. Enter the God Eternals. Yeah, it's a pretty strong card. It's kind of weird that he wouldn't attack and let me block first, and then did it. Whatever. Wait, he milled himself? Yeah, I guess milling me would be more beneficial, so. Now the question is, do we fog here? I think I'm fine with fogging here. keeps them off of one card from their deck, so. Oh, that's actually cool. I forget that you can do this on your opponent's turn too. So I can't cast it, so decline. Reveal Breeding Pool, decline. Being the green mage you are, yeah. Well, that's actually kind of okay. So now we can actually do some stuff. So let's go ahead and play Tameo, and I guess just start digging for what? Or do I want to, like, bring the Callisis Missile back? We have 6 mana, so this is fine. Your stream name is actually the Green Mage? I didn't know that.
Every story is an opportunity for
I
new
don't know what we dig for here, guys. What do we dig for?
to the library.
Maybe a search here? I'll dig for a search. I know, that was weird. Then just play this. It'll be 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, not enough. Oh, okay, well. People playing 3 to 4 in their control decks? Playing 4 Kefnet, or what are you referring to? Or you mean Search, or what? Alright, so the guy's playing Grixis, so... God Eternal's okay. It seems pretty interesting. It's so hard to sideboard against this matchup, because like, I don't want to bring in just negates and stuff, but I kind of need to. I think Commence is fine here. Mass Manip seems good. Is Narset any good in this matchup? Probably. Okay. Maybe. Yeah, probably. Bring in a Narset's Reversal, a couple negates. Maybe a Crushing Canopy. Maybe even Saheeli, but probably not. We don't need the Root Snares. Maybe drop a Tameo. I want to drop Tameo like every match. I think maybe she should be a 2 of. I guess we can drop the Grazer down to like 1. It's kind of like whatever. Well, let's drop a Tameo and put the Grazer at 2, because it does block the Thief pretty well. Alright, let's try this out. Yeah, it's really hard. Oh, you were talking about Enter the God Eternals, weren't you, Cornbread? Not Kefnet. Yeah, Enter the God Eternals is a pretty strong card. I don't like it, but I acknowledge it's a strong card. This does a lot. A lot for a little. Tater agrees. Welcome, Tater. How's it going, bud? Not sure we're... The opponent just AFK'd or what just happened? Did he just like straight up quit? Need to play that game. Dragon Quest XI, I bought it like on release. Never touched it. Never loaded it up a single time. I buy lots of games that I don't play though. Wow. It's crazy. I think our opponent just like straight up rage quit. He's like, Nexus! Punched his keyboard, computer froze, caught on fire. Right. He really did just straight up quit. That's funny. Whatever. Whatever. I think I like the Callous Dismissal at 2 though. Definitely tempted to drop this Tamiota too. I don't know what I'd put in his place. Maybe like a Narcissus Reversal or something randomly. I just don't know what I want my main board win con to be. Like, I like Mass Manip. I like the Crisis still. I liked Commence. I like Kefnet's probably the least exciting of them all. Don't know. Maybe that's why you're bad at drafts? Why is that? Still wonder if the search is right at 2 or 3 over the root snare. Maybe I should just run 2 Grazer. You always try to build a nice cohesive deck, but you never really find a solid win con. I mean, drafting is a little different, because drafting you can win in a lot of different ways. Card advantage, removal, fill in the blank. Just it's a little bit of a different beast. Now that's fair. Now you do have to focus on a strategy. You can't just always focus on good cards. You can have a lot of good cards, but if they're all 6 mana, you're still going to lose. Plays 10 to 12 Walkers is picking up steam. I've been seeing the red-green just aggro Gruul. I can't beat that deck at all. I can't beat that deck at all. Like, I just get destroyed. Do you have any ideas for sideboard tech for that matchup, Cornbread? Like, anything that'd be good against the Gruul aggro mid-rangey stuff? Like, after sideboard, they just bring in Cinder Vines. And then, like, I can't beat it. And they bring in, Vivians are good against me. Just so many other things, like, I don't know. I'm open for ideas, though. I mean, I have Crushing Canopy. That deals with, like, enchantments, but it's like, it's not good enough just for Cinder Vines. And then Callous can bounce the Cinder Vines, of course, but he can just usually sack it, so it's like, I don't know. Maybe I drop all of my enchantments in that matchup and go into, like, a different deck? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Really? Is this how it's going to be again? Screw it. We're going to keep trying these bad hands to see how they work out. Alright, we lose, boys. Bro said we have like a 50% chance of drawing a land. Look at that. Actually against a hero deck. I haven't seen these recently. Oh, that card is very good against this too. I can play around Teferi somewhat. But when they have a clock like this, it's a little scary. Oh, he actually bounced it? Wow. That was relevant. Guess let's dig for a land. Hey, we got one. Yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and go with the search here. The fairy just makes things awkward. Like, we can't really use wilderness at all with it.
Might be a bad idea.
Wow, a lot of enchantment hate here. But I mean, usually decks like this are so slow I can actually mass manipulate and win, but I don't know in this situation. Hopefully you get a green land? That's a land, I guess. Not the right color, though. You miss Yangus? Yangus, why does that sound familiar? Presumably at this point he's just sitting on counter magic and wins. Yeah, it's regular Teferi. I think we're too slow to do anything this matchup.
I know my responsibility. Let's skip to the good part.
Let's get all sorcery speed chemisters. Feels bad. We actually have gotten a little lucky with the lands. Discovery, its instant speed seems very, very good. I think the only way we win here is if he somehow just doesn't counter our mass manipulation on his Teferi, and then we're just like, oh, ult it.
I've got time.
Likelihood of that is not very, for the record.
Keep up the pace.
Esper Hero. There's the Thief of Sanity. That's a powerful card. And we're just about to lose just to straight up damage, so. Get a lot of things go right. I'm never happy with the sideboard ooze. Like, every time that I've ever played the ooze, it does nothing. Like, it either sits around and then gets board wiped a couple turns later, or it gets burnt off immediately, or it just, like, they don't care and they just play around it and it does nothing. Like, it's never been good. Like, the ooze has never been good in my experience. Like, people play it, so I understand that it is a decent card, but, like, in my experience personally, it's been absolute garbage. I don't even know what we do here. Not much we can do. Guess we just go for the mass manip. Do we even want to show that to him? Do we just like surrender and go on the next game? I guess we'll try it. Guess we take F. And I guess we like... I mean, I guess we're just dead on board though, right? Like, even if we take that, yeah, we're still just dead, so that doesn't matter at all. Yeah, we lost anyway. There's no reason to show that. That was actually a mistake. We should have just surrendered. Should have just surrendered. That's interesting. I've never seen Hero in a deck like this. That makes the clock a lot faster, that's for sure. Gives them a bit of a win con. Still don't think we want any of this anti-aggro stuff, though. We just want, like, straight up control. Maybe Saheeli's okay here, actually? Ways to fix the girl matchup, I mean, maybe Soul Tie with Ward, yeah, I mean, without going into another color, like, I think we just can't do it. Right. I think I'd maybe drop. Do I just drop Wilderness like entirely from this matchup? We'll run like 2. Piece of garbage. Hydroid Krasis maybe? Krasis seems okay. This matchup. Not great. I think that's where we'll leave it. We'll try this. I don't know if Tamio should be 3 or not in this. Probably fine. Don't know if you ever beat that game all the way through. Was Dragon Quest VIII the one, like the last one on PS2? With like Dragon Ball Z graphics, basically? Yeah, I didn't beat that. I got to the final boss and then never finished it. I have a bad habit for doing that though. Like I'll play a game like right up to the end and then just never finish it. It's a problem I have. Actually, it's not terrible. Yeah. Maybe I should drop Nexus out of these matchups. I don't know, maybe not. But he's likely going to have a counter spell here, but let's go ahead and go for it. Those situations I never know, like, am I supposed to, like, not play into the counter spell or not? Like, I just don't know. Feels bad, like, when I do, feels bad when I don't. Guess we'll just bounce that. Kind of worthless, but it sets him back a turn, I guess. But like, if he had played the Hostage Taker like that, then I would have had Tamio on board right now. So I mean, maybe I should have not played into the counter. Like, then he has the counter up for the mass later. I don't know. If he misses land here, it's actually good for us. It's not though. That's interesting. That is interesting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play the Saheeli. She might die, but if she does, she does. If she doesn't, she can take over the game. So it's gonna distract him from my life total for a bit. Might. Deputy of Detention. That's pretty random, actually. That seems like a weird card to sideboard in against me. Maybe it's just already main board though. If we draw a land, we get to take an extra turn. Woo. Hardee's roast beef sandwiches are really good. I don't know if I trust anything from Hardee's, honestly. It's usually terrible. Or Carl's Jr. if you're across the states. I feel when you lethal someone with exactly enough power, yep. I think we're just gonna place a Saheeli here just to, again, kind of as a distraction. Maybe something he'll counter, maybe something he'll try to kill, and it's less relevant things. Like, that's fine. He vetoed the Sahili instead of a Nexus or something, so. Or the Mass Manip, so. Deep Sanity. Okay, so we'll probably go for the Mass Manip next turn, with him only having one card in hand. Problem is, he could easily pull a negate out of it. Oh no, he's not attacking with Thief. Never mind, I'm stupid. Yeah, it's kind of a weird choice. Well, let's see if the last card he has is a counterspell or not. If it is, we probably lose. You know, interestingly, how much do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We could try to take an extra turn here first. Don't think it changes anything. Yeah, let's just go for the mass. Spell Pierce. Does he have a counter spell? We are about to find out. Oh, we actually got him. Wow. I'm thoroughly surprised. We actually might win this game. Then he's immediately like, win the game. Random card, something. I don't even know what it would be. Alright, well. I guess we do combat first. Honestly, you didn't think you'd get this far? Pretty much, yeah. We get to feel the power! Ooh. Actually get us the Healy back if we take the Tyrant Scorn, so I guess that's what we'll do. Another Thief, though, seems very strong. Yeah, we're still testing, Grunt. We've got a land this turn, we haven't, right? So we could actually dig for one. 2, 3, 4, no, it's not enough. One short. Yeah, so I guess we'll go ahead and take an extra turn here, try to. Hey, that's pretty good. Kind of think you did play one? I don't think I did. I think we just like win now if he doesn't have a counter for the Nexus. Now we can play another Thief. It could have been. I could be mistaken. Let's just go ahead and play a Breeding Pool, untapped. Play a Nexus again. Play his other Thief of Sanity. I think we've locked up this game. It's not terrible. If we can get some of his counter spells out of his deck or something, that'll be even better. Thought Erasure seems fine. I guess let's go ahead and play the Hostage Taker first. Okay. Well, there we go. If we can resolve a mass manipulation, we probably win. Who would have thought? Knowing he has the Deputy and stuff makes me want to bring this Callus back in. Yeah, I think we'll drop a Tameo here. Righto Cross. Never played it, actually. Alright, this seems fine. This seems fine. Needs a remaster. I've heard it's pretty good. That looks great, actually. Yeah, this looks really good. We have lands we can play. We've got dig. We've got counters. We've got removal. We've got threats. We're looking pretty good right now, actually, for once. Especially with the opponent not doing anything on the first couple turns. Don't like tap land. I'm gonna bottom that, actually. Could come back to bite us, but no, there we go. Okay, we're fine. So now we'll sit back on a negate if we need, opt if we don't. Alright, opt if we don't. I guess I should have actually taken the opt and played that there. That was... would have got an extra card in my grave. Guess we go ahead and just place the Healy here. Or do we bounce the Thief and play the Kefnet next turn? Maybe that's correct. Yeah, I think that's actually correct. I think we want to bounce the Thief here. Keeps him off a card. It, because we're not going to be playing a non-creature spell next turn, probably. So Saheeli's just kind of going to do nothing for a couple turns, so... Having both Saheeli's is kind of bad. Feels pretty bad. It's a fairy. That is perfectly fine.
Stand by and watch.
Gonna draw a card and bounce my token. Again, fine.
I've got it.
Okay. Let's go ahead and play the Kefnet. Assume he's gonna kill it? Yeah, okay. I guess we will put this on the top. Too bad cards don't do that in real life when you play them.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Okay. Actually, it's kind of bad because now the Thief's Sanity actually gets past us and gets rid of the Kefnet. That's unfortunate. We do have a Saheeli out now, so things can happen. Maybe once VR becomes popular, maybe one day. We actually had a really good hand too, I felt like. It's kind of fizzled out at this point though.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Too bad these are not Thopters, Murmuring Mystic says. Didn't want Nexus. And he didn't want Kefnet, so I wonder what he got. Oh, he did get Kefnet. Right, of course, I'm stupid. Yeah, I shouldn't have put that back on top. I didn't even think about him being able to play the Kefnet. That was definitely a play mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't cast it yet. I don't think we want the Nexus here. Let's go ahead and just use this. Yeah, that's actually a mistake putting the Kefnet on top like that. Alright. Probably lost us the game, actually, truthfully. Yeah, for some reason, like, when I did that, I was thinking, like, this only hits instants and sorceries or something for some reason. I don't know why I was thinking that. Like, I know what the card does, but, I mean, had a brain failure moment. Bouncing the enchantment, okay. Got rid of his own Teferi just to get rid of a search that couldn't even flip. Well, I guess it could flip. It's a little weird, but okay. Another Teferi. Did we negate that? I'm fine with negating that. Because again, if it draws out his counter here, I think that's good for us. Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry I'm late. Don't worry, I got this.
They're gonna kill Saheeli this turn? No.
That wasn't very
I don't think I want that right now. We really don't have anything else to do, so we might as well. Oh, with Wilderness now, I guess we play it untapped. I guess we'll go to combat.
Stop that. Now!
Oh, you got my Spell Pierce. That always happens, man. They always get your Spell Pierce. Hope all is well. Newmont the Nummy, wow, welcome. If you're like the popular streamer, I'm glad to have you by my stream. How's it going, man? Oh, you got the check mark. You're verified. Welcome. I'm very surprised that someone as big as yourself is stopping by a small channel like mine, so I'm glad to see you, bud. How's it going? Just jumping into random channels and saying hello? Awesome. Well, you're definitely welcome. The Kermit emote is pretty good. How's the life of a true creator, streamer, creator, whatever you go going for you nowadays? So we can actually kill Teferi here. Not a great situation. We try to use this blast zone for something. But it's not a good situation right now. Does he'll even do anything for us? I think we just played Narset here. She at least digs. Cameo. Cameo can get back basically nothing. She can get back a Wilderness for us. You gotta support the up and comer. Say, I appreciate it, man. That's the hardest thing is the growth aspect for sure. I guess we'll take the Cameo. I've recently devoted my channel to Magic. Used to it was kind of like a variety thing, but you gotta kind of be. Seems like committing to an idea really is more successful a lot of times. I guess we're just gonna take out this Teferi. So you're probably the person to ask. So what do you think? What do you think the deck to beat at the SCG Open is going to be, Newmont? I've been asking all the popular Magic streamers like what they think the best decks are going to be and such.
We will meet again.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess we'll go with Tamiyo here. If he can't kill me, it may at least draw attention on her for a turn.
You would make an excellent informant for my study.
I think we're just going to dig for Wilderness here, maybe? Might be better just to go for Nexus. Might be better to go for like a Fog or something randomly. Did we take those out though, didn't we? Yeah, I think we took those out. Guess we'll dig just to give her higher loyalty and go for... We'll go for the Mass Manip as well. What do we go for? We may not get another turn, so it probably doesn't matter, but I guess we'll go for the mass manip. That would probably be the biggest part to turn the table here. We found it. We found the one of. Thanks again for keeping the songs up. Song request list full tonight, Bernie. I appreciate that. So a couple of the streamers that I've asked like what the best decks are going to be this weekend are saying that Simic Nexus is actually one of the decks to beat. Which is kind of exciting and kind of intimidating, because I'm not usually the person that likes to play like the best deck. But we'll see what happens. The song is always appropriate. If he has counter magic, we just lose regardless, right? Well, that'd be nice. We could actually potentially reverse it. That's such a hard situation. I might just have removal. Fair. That's not a big deal if he doesn't have a creature to back it up. He can like bounce his own guy and replay it? No. Oh, does he have the counter spell? That's what it comes down to. Like, we could like play super risky and just go for like Nexus and dig for Nexus. We could go for the mass manip, take one thing. It's not even enough, really. Oh man, this is hard. Is there anything in our grave that's super relevant? We actually could get back the wilderness from our grave, which lets us do a couple things. Let's use Narset first, I guess. Gonna go ahead and ask Kanto. Well, that gives us information. I'm fine with that. Ah, really? Really? He found a disdainful stroke? Okay. Well, that gives us information, so we can't do anything. So we lose, right? What can we possibly dig for and get round a disdainful? It'll have to be at least 5 mana or less. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there anything I missed? Because he's just going to counter it. Actually, the Callous Dismissal? No. I don't know. I guess we're just going to dig for something. I don't know what in the world we'd even have in here. We have 2 Callous, right? I mean, I don't know. Do we have a Commence? That doesn't do anything. Crushing Canopy doesn't really do anything. Kinda does, actually, I guess. I think we just lose. Maybe we'll get like 3 Grazers that I think I took out of the deck. I can't remember if these are in. We're just gonna go for it. I think it's like the only thing that would even do anything, so it doesn't matter. It's crazy they found a disdainful. It's really unfortunate. No way we can use the blast zone. Yeah. There's nothing we could do. Blast zone would be too slow. Yep, that happens. Nothing we could do. It was close. If we had had 2 more mana, we would have got there. Actually, wait a second. Wait a second. Maybe we did have an out there. If I had gotten the... Yeah, I actually misplayed that. So if we'd gotten the Wilderness back, we could have cast it. And then he had the Disdainful, but he had to tap out, and then we could have Narset reversaled his... I had that. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Yeah, so I would have... Then the reversal would have put it back in his hand, and... Yeah. But no, I couldn't... That wouldn't work though, because Disdainful can't counter Disdainful. Yeah, maybe I was dead regardless there. But no, it puts it back in his hand, so yeah, it would have been countered, because it wouldn't have had a target. I wouldn't have copied it. I don't know if that would have worked or not. That's what I should have went for, though. I should have just returned the Wilderness from the grave with Tamio. Cast it. Return that to his hand. So the question is, if I use the Narset's Reversal on a Disdainful Stroke in that situation, do I have to have a target for the second one? Let me read Narset's Reversal here for a second. So now I'm really curious. Copy target instant sorcery spell. So you do, so yes, you do have to copy it. So when it says you may choose new targets, that means it would just default to regular targets? Yeah. It's a really weird situation, actually. I'm not 100% sure on how that would go. But regardless, we're just going to jump back into another couple games here. Probably my last one of the day, because I'm going to, like I said, call the stream about 20 minutes, 30 minutes short today. So I can actually get this deck put together in paper for him, so. If I appreciate everybody sticking around today, though. It's been awesome. We had the 10-person raid. We had amazing new mod in here. Like, this is crazy. That seems fun. Oh, mirror match. I actually don't know if I've ever played a mirror match of this before. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. He is ahead of me in lands now, though, which is bad.
I put a spell on
Yeah, I don't want that.
and now you're mine. You can't stop the things I do.
Do we go for a search here? Do I try to ramp into a wilderness next turn?
Right down to the day
Actually, a legit choice.
the witch is back.
Let's go for the growth spiral into the wilderness. That seems better. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do ours now. Just put in the breeding pool so we don't have to pay life. Oh, actually, I should have done that on tap for opt. Oops. I didn't pay attention. I drew an opt there. He has counter magic here. It's gonna be really bad. Guess we'll go ahead and play the blast zone. So if he might be able to just Nexus us out, like, potentially here. You going to play League? See you, Tater. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Yeah, I guess I need to do this now. He has the main board Nars. So I've seen a few lists that run the main board Nars. It's interesting. I've considered it. I don't know what this is. Oh, does he just have Nexus right now? That's bad. Oh yeah, he has enough, yeah. Yeah. Let's see how many times he can get going here. If he fizzles, we have a chance. Okay, he didn't find it yet, doesn't look like. He does have a search, though. Who cars in grave, weirdly enough. Is he gonna, like, get super lucky and find it? I guess he could also find it off the memorial. He left it on top. That has to be another Nexus then, right? No, okay, canisters. Another opt. Okay. I think we're okay. Right. how do we do this? We obviously want a wilderness here at end of turn. So I guess we should just bounce the Narset, right? Now we can like play Growth Spiral. I guess if we counters the Growth Spiral, it's actually really bad for us though. Person's really thinking hard about this Growth Spiral. Really thinking hard. A little lag for good measure. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, we have 6. So I can actually opt here. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I'll just bottom that. Alright, we got the Nexus. One at least. I don't know if the opponent just AFK'd or what just happened, but we'll take it, I guess. This guy has to be AFK for some reason. Has to be AFK. So are you excited for tomorrow, Bront and OC, if you're here? It's going to be a fun little weekend. I just hope one of us, at least one of us, makes day 2. That's what I'd like to see. Lag a little bit. We will discard a breeding pool. That's fine, okay. You can't flip his Escanta yet, so that's relevant. It plays the Narcissus, so in response, we need to go ahead and do this. I kind of like Narset in the main, like seeing it here, but I feel like against some matchups it'd be bad. I mean, she's always good against. I guess she's okay against like mono red because she stops risk factor, which is cool. Looks like he has the Nexus. That's unfortunate. Or actually, he might not have the Nexus. He might just be digging here. Yeah, it looks like he's digging a lot. He can go freaking what, like 12 cards deep here? He might just... He legit might actually just win out here randomly. Did he find a Nexus? did he find a Nexus? Lengthen out of my search. Okay, that's not a bad play. Alright. We got another turn here. Nothing super relevant in the grave. Tamio can start digging though. Let's go ahead and play Tamio, I guess. Actually, let's go ahead and play the search first. Now we'll go Tamio. Now I guess we will dig. Nexus.
Seek and find.
No Nexus, okay. Problem is I don't really want a growth spiral here. Can actually flip his Kanta here, which is a huge problem. We probably should have bounced it. We may have thrown the game just now, actually. Not bouncing that was probably game breaking. Probably makes us lose. Ah, darn it. I don't see anything we can do here, so... Yeah, I think that turn was played incorrectly. For sure. Because I think he's just going to go infinite. He's under 30 cards. Narset, is that... He gets a dig with Narset. Yeah, I think we just threw. I think we lost. I doubt we see another turn, boys and girls. Especially, yeah, yeah, this is over. He can dig 12 cards deep. Yeah, it's a pretty cool card. I think we just threw that. That's really, really frustrating. Like, it's annoying whenever I see something like immediately after I make a bad decision. Yeah, I mean, there's just no chance that he doesn't. Like, I guess we'll play it out and see what happens, but I don't think there's any chance that he doesn't. He doesn't find it when he can dig 12 cards deep, and now he even has Tamio to help him dig. It's what, so he can go at least 16 cards deep.
Let us see if your talents are worth cataloging.
See, so now we're at 16 cards deep.
Let me aid your research.
Yep, at this point he has a very, very... Okay, so now he's going to be at... Okay, actually still 12 cards this turn. Narset's great in the mirror, that's for sure. So we could have done a lot of things differently. We also could have used this blast zone to get rid of all the wilderness. Or both searches. A lot of different things that we had to do here to prevent this from happening. This is actually good practice though, because it shows me lines of play. And other things like that, so. But we're not going to do anything else. Let's see if it'll let us hard pass here. So far, he has not presented a win con, though. Which he's probably doing the version of the deck that only plays one win con, though. Presumably. We seen his Callous Dismissal or anything yet? No? Oh, he has a Hydroid. I just now realized he has a Hydroid. Yeah, I didn't see that earlier. So yeah, he has a Wincom there. It's over. Heck, he can get the Hydroid right now and play it for more than 9, so we're going to go ahead and... I guess we'll give him the chance of making a mistake randomly.
To the library.
Yep, let's just go bake some popcorn or something. I can't say much though. I'm playing the same deck, so can't say much. I wish this guy would play as Krasis though. I mean, as soon as he plays the Krasis, I'm going to FF. Actually really annoying that it won't let me do the hard pass like it's supposed to. So hold and enter, hit shift. Oh, I did actually, okay. I will say that's interestingly, when I first started playing the Nexus deck, like I actually didn't realize that Search was as important for the combo as it is. And then I realized, oh wait, Search is the entire combo. So come on, man, get your Krasis back. There we go. Finally played a Krasis. Alright, so we bring in Narset, some counters, reversals, Spell Pierce, Saheeli, probably Commence, probably Ketnet itself. We drop all the foggy stuff. There's a few different versions. There's Krasis, there's some decks that just play the Dismissal. There's Commence the Endgame. I'm trying out Mass Manipulation, which is going to get dropped out of this matchup. What do we not want here? I think we need to put the Search back at 3. Callous Dismissal doesn't do a lot for us. Maybe just play one of those. Probably don't need Tameo as a 3-of in this. Maybe I'll drop a Tameo for another Search. That could be the answer that I've been looking for all along. I think this is right. I don't see anything else I really want to change. Could bring in the Crushing Canopy for the Krasis. If Krasis is only Wincon, that could randomly like make him unable to win. Seems bad though. I don't think we want Krasis really in this matchup. I think this looks good. We'll try this out at least. But I mean, the point of the deck is that you eventually set up the lock so that you're taking infinite turns. So it doesn't really matter what your win condition is, as long as you have something that wins you the game. I've actually thought it would kind of be cool to have Jace as a win condition in this and mill yourself out. Be kind of cool. No, that's a very bad hand. I've considered testing it. So he left the Grazers in this matchup. That's interesting. But did I forget to opt? I forgot to opt, didn't I? That's actually a significant play mistake. Which one of these is more important? Wilderness, yeah. Crashing Brontodon. That's an interesting sideboard card. Very interesting, actually. So now the question is, do we want to use the Blast Stone to get rid of the search, or just draw some cards? I think we'll just draw some cards right now. Looks like the right call. Even if I don't get a land, I can still do this. Did get a land, nice. It doesn't really matter about the shocking, but we will do it just for extra mana, probably. And we won't be able to use it, so let's just let that enter tapped. We'd have 2 extra mana, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 plus 5 would be 9. So yeah, it doesn't do anything. Actually, yes it does. I can actually copy my reversal. So yeah, we'll do that. So we will... Okay, this is going to be cool. So we're going to pay 2 life. Have that come in tapped. But we could also just play the second Wilderness, which would give us 5, 10 mana as well. So yeah, that's actually correct. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Alright, so let 1 resolve. Make a bunch of blue mana. Resolve. Play Nexus. Nexus on the stack, reversal it. Returning it. Yeah, okay. And that gives us 3 extra turns, or well, 2 extra turns right there. That's pretty much it. I really like the Narset's reversal in this deck. I really think that should probably be main boarded, just for stuff like that that you can randomly do. I like that a lot. I really don't know why he would leave the Grazers in. That seems like a mistake. I think our list is pretty solid as is, though, so we'll leave it. It's like I want Narset and Narset's reversal main, kinda. It's interesting. Not the best. We'll try it, I guess. I don't understand why it does that sometimes. It's like you play a tap land, you have nothing to do, it makes you hit pass turn. It's like a weird little priority bug or something. Got search on 2, which is definitely better. Got a Brontodon, which is also relevant. We do have a Saheeli, though.
Today I craft my victory.
Saves me 3 life.
Stop!
That is pretty art. Oh no, he's got wilderness already too. This is not looking good, boys and girls. Not looking good. We could actually copy that growth spiral, but then he gets to do it again. Yeah, I think we need to wait and do it on his take an extra turn if he does it, so. It's actually pretty good. Now he gets to put a counter on the blast zone if he wants. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about the Brontodon sideboard. That's really bizarre to me. It makes sense. It really does make sense for the mirror. Because it's also decent against like mono red. Block their stuff, get rid of their experimental frenzy. Definitely not the worst idea I've ever seen. It's a little risky, as in he might just win off this, but I'm going to go ahead and go for the Chemisters just to get a blocker and save Saheeli here. That's annoying, but not the end of the world.
Just the trick.
Wow, he fizzled on a Narset in that deck. That's surprising. This gives me a little bit of hope. He's messed up his mana. He floated his mana too early and lost it. Huh. Op doesn't do anything now, but neither does Chemisters. Like, that's so relevant, man. Narset is so good against me. That was actually a slight mistake. I should have played an untapped blue. That way I could do opt for a blocker and Narset's reversal. Okay, you can't flip it yet, thankfully. I mean, Narset's very good. He's very good. It gives you a use of basically as Kanta flipped, twice if it lives, of course.
Keep an open mind.
It's a little weird to see it main board. Yeah, it's bad now. Yeah, I mean he's in straight Simic, same as me. But because we saw the Nexus, we have to try to Narset reversal into some shenanigans here. Problem is, like, how do we ever get rid of Narset now? Other than the one bounce spell in their deck? I don't know if it's in there. Calroon, welcome, bud. How's it going? Just as a heads up to everyone, again, this will be the last match of the day, and we'll be calling it a little early. And maybe not at this rate. We may end up going all the way to 3 in this match, but... So I get the extra turn before him in this case, right? Oh, it actually returns it to his hand, too, so I get the only extra turn. I mean, unless he has counter magic. You're gonna run 2 Narsets, main or side? Main board? Interesting. I mean, if Simic Nexus is the deck to beat, it shuts me down, as we've seen here, so... This is why Narset's reversal is amazing, for the record. Now the question is, am I on my extra turn right now, or just a regular turn? Guess it doesn't really matter. I guess I'll just go ahead and go for the commence right now. If I get an extra turn, I think I win. I'm confused. Do I get an extra turn after this? I think I do. I should, yeah. Can't draw the cards, but I'll still get a 5/5. Okay, that's what I thought. Does he have counter magic? If he has counter magic randomly for my Nexus, we lose, right? He most likely goes infinite at this point. So I guess let's try to kill Narset first. Maybe he'll interact with that in some way. You would add red and play Raw over Narset? I mean, that's an option. That's a different deck, though. That deck doesn't play Nexus. Let's do it, boys and girls. Does he have the counter magic? Show it to me. Show it to me, baby. Oh, yes. We have a chance here, boys and girls. We have a chance. Oh, baby. We have a chance, boys and girls. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have attacked Narset last turn. Maybe. Didn't know. Well, I wouldn't have gotten to dig as deep, so. We still just got to keep going for these Nexus. Just hope to get really lucky. Right. So interestingly, if I could draw a Callus right now, I would win. Or a Tameo. Well, no, Tameo I wouldn't have enough mana, but... I guess we go ahead and do this. It's really unfortunate that he's going to be at 1 life here. Almost got there. I think we're going to lose too because of this. I think we're going to lose. So we'll go ahead and play Kefnet for the heck of it. If he doesn't beat us, we win. If he does beat us, he beats us, I guess. You know, maybe it was better to like not play on my Nexus there and hold one of them. And try to, like, sneak in an extra turn in between him? I don't know. Maybe. Probably didn't matter. But just to point out, like, this entirely happened because of the Narset's reversal. Like, I completely almost won. OC is playing Esper Control. From red. But yeah, you're definitely right. It's definitely possible that the Teamer version of this deck is just better. I don't know. It goes both ways. Really? Why does that surprise you? Kind of like his style deck anyway, isn't it? That's pretty cool that Newmont came in here earlier, though. Yep, he presumably wins here. Over the top fun things. That's true. That's true. But I think he's taking this tournament pretty serious, though. Like going for the trying to actually win it and everything, so hoping to win it, you know. That was pretty lucky. I mean, he hasn't 100% won this, but it's likely this guy's won it.
I have practiced a bit of thoughtfulness before action.
It's a little surprising. Why would he not dig here? He must have one if he didn't dig there. Didn't have a land in hand, so that tells us something. But he definitely has at least one Nexus in hand right now, I believe. Maybe not? Wait, did we just win? Yeah, we'll definitely reveal Chemister's Insight and play it for 2 mana. We are going up to Richmond Friday night. We had not talked about playing F&M, so I don't know if I don't think we're going to. Oh yeah, I forgot Narset. Duh. Bad plays. Well, let's see if we win. He could easily have a blink of an eye or something. Oh yeah, I forgot that can block. I'm stupid. Okay. Forgot that thing has reach. I freaking play the card. You always like to walk around and scout the Star City F&M. Well, they're not doing F&M at the convention center. The convention center, like where we're going to be playing, is just open on Saturday and Sunday. They're doing something. They're doing like something. Or maybe that's for SCG Con. Never mind. Yeah, this is just a convention, like a 2-day thing. So.
Hone your prowess.
But we probably lose now, for the record. Yeah, I don't think they do that now, to my knowledge at least. Alright. Yeah, I think we just lost, boys. It's unfortunate. We were so close. 1 life. One life away. Grand Prix do Friday events, yeah. They usually have like last chance qualifiers and stuff like that, so. You lose to Sparky because you top deck lanes for 5 turns straight. What's Sparky? I wish I really didn't have to click on done for that every freaking time. Oh, look at that. Oh, gotcha. I've never that came out after after I started, after I'd already done all that. So I've been playing for a while, so I didn't really get to experience the Sparky tutorial at all. Oh, I keep like thinking I'm falling out of my chair. I was leaning back so far. Oh, this is not good. He used to go to a lot. Oh, I just now saw that. You should talk Rick. I've tried, man. Rick has no interest in Magic seriously at this point. I've tried and tried. The only thing that he ever expressed any interest in at all was when we were kind of talking over the idea. Hey, Cup, how's it going, bud? Rick and I were talking over the idea one day where I said it would be cool if we got like a group together and took like, you know, like a bus or something down to like a GP, like, you know, repping the card shop, get like card shop swag and stuff, and he thought that was a cool idea. And that's probably true too. How's everything for old Cup doing? Right. I think he still has that van, actually.
So in this idea,
Why am I not still passing?
the ultimate reality, not God in a politically kingly sense, but God in the sense of being the self,
Beat Castlevania tonight?
basic whatever there
Well, right now we're losing.
and you're
But it's been a pretty decent night. I'd say our win-loss is actually negative tonight. We're just kind of like doing some last-minute testing. The tournament's on Saturday, so I'm just hoping to do well at that. I just hope to make day 2. I expect to win it, but I hope to make day 2. Hope you Saturday and Sunday, and if you do well enough Saturday, you get to play Sunday. So I'm hoping to do well enough Saturday to get to play the next day. This chair just doesn't lean back far enough, and then it all of a sudden leans back too far.
I think you will find my notes helpful.
It is interesting to see the Narset main board, though. That's it's pretty interesting. It makes me want to try it, because I mean, it was good against us, but again, this is a matchup that it's naturally going to be good against. But again, if this is going to be a popular deck at the tournament, why would I not? So hard. It's so hard to make these sideboard decisions. Kefnit's been very mediocre, as always. Like, I just don't think Kefnit's great. Like, it's a card that sounds better than it actually plays, in my experience. Like, it just doesn't do anything. Like, this deck doesn't really want creatures like that anyway, and then the drawing ability is so randomly actually relevant, it just doesn't really happen. He has about 99% locked out now. I don't think it's overrated per se, but it is not just not good enough in this deck, I don't think. As soon as she shows me a win con, I'll surrender, but until he shows me a win con, I'm not going to. Has he shown anything in the grave yet? Do you have any Hydroids in here? I guess technically Brontodon is a win con. Yeah, I guess the Brontodon is the win con. That's actually a good point. Yeah, I guess I should surrender this. He's at 9 cards. Yeah, he's guaranteed to find Nexus every time now. So yeah, we'll go ahead and surrender. I wasn't thinking about the Brontodon just killing me, but yeah. I actually should have surrendered that earlier, probably. It's a little scummy of me not to, but I wasn't thinking. Didn't do it intentionally. But yeah, that's where we're at with the deck. I think it's a super fun deck. I just don't know about the side. I still kind of want this Narset's reversal in the main too. It's so hard. It's like, do I really want to play a main board that only has Callous Dismissal to win with? Like, that seems so bad. Like, if it gets Unmoored Ego, but I guess nobody's going to be playing Unmoored Ego main board, presumably, so. Narset's reversal just seems so good, though. I think we do need to go up to 3 searches. It's pretty vital for the combo. I think it's a mistake not to. And there's still the option of just not playing the Grazers, but I think they're good enough. So I think the answer maybe is to drop a Tameo. Just play 2. Yeah, I mean that's what I was doing for a while. But I don't know. I mean, I still have the option, of course, of going like 1 Callus. But I don't know. I kind of like the double Callus. Theoretically, I could just play like 2 Grazers, maybe. But that still seems... The Grazer's really good on turn 1, so I think I want at least 3 or 4 if I'm going to play it at all, so... And there's still the option of just not playing it. I don't know. I don't know. It's such a hard choice. Like, the board is so tight. It's really hard to fit anything else in or take anything else out. I could go back down to the 3 root snares, maybe. And then that would leave me playing the mass main. I like the mass main. I mean, that's what I was talking about before, about it being one of my favorite little techs. This looks pretty good to me. I like the Narset's main. Maybe it should just be a Narset, though. Spell Pierce, 3 negates, 2 crawls, 2 Narset, 2 Crushing Canopy, 2 Saheeli. I think Saheeli maybe should be 1. Kefnet, Mephion, Commence is fine, Hydroid's fine. It's also a possibility this Mass Manip should just be a Hydroid still, too. Well, I mean, it depends. Like, the idea is that presumably because it could be an aggro heavy meta with it being a new, a new set and everything. I wanted to have the deck pre-sideboarded for the aggro matchups, so that's why the Grazer was main, and the root snares and everything was because I think that mono white, mono red could be popular decks. In testing, all I'm running into is like control and stuff. So I mean, if the meta is actually not going to be aggro, I mean these should 100% be sided. So it's like, it's like if I knew the meta, of course I'd make the right decision. It's just so hard. So hard to make the decision on that. Yeah, I mean that's where I'm leaning too. But I don't want just the testing I've done on Arena to influence me into a bad mindset on that, because my personal 20 games or whatever I played is not representative of the thousands or I guess hundreds of people that are going to be at the tournament. So I think there'll be a lot of mono red, mono white there still. I think there'll be some of that red white feather decks and stuff. And I think against decks like that, like the Grazer's great, which is why I wanted it main. But then it's like, if my deck is pre-sided for aggro, why am I playing the Mass Manipulation main? That should be sided. Why am I playing 3 searches? It's so hard. I think what I'll do is maybe put the Mass on the side, maybe put the Krasis back in the main, because Krasis is kind of anti-aggro. And there were a couple games where we really wanted to have the ability to just gain a little bit of life, and Krasis is good for that. Pro Tour being modern means the average bad player has no idea what to play. Right. I don't know. I really don't know what to do. I definitely think Mass Manip needs to be on the side, though, if it's not in the main. I think this is a deck that's more suited against aggro, right? We have Grazer, we have root snares, we have less Tameos because she's naturally worse against mono red and stuff. We have 2 Callus, which are very good against aggro, and then a Krasis to gain life. So I think this is probably like the best anti-aggro main board I could make. Still don't know about how I feel about Saheeli. Like, she's been very good in some matchups and completely dead in others, so very iffy on that. I don't know. These are the decisions I have to make in like the next day and a half, though. I don't know. But before I go for the night, you have any other advice, Cornbread? Anything you think about this that I should change? Any other sideboard things? Any other mindsets, thoughts, anything like that? So even with my logic of being anti-aggro, so does that mean that you think that I should not be prepared for aggro then in this meta? And I really don't like the Ooze. The Ooze I've just never been happy with. Like, there's never a deck that I want to bring it in against. Never a deck I want to bring it in against. Like, it's worthless against, like, Grixis control. It's mediocre against Esper control. Like, I don't know, like, what deck do you bring this in? I mean, maybe, like, the mirror match, it's good. But, like, I just don't know. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like, I've never really been happy with the Ooze. Like, I understand what it does, and I understand the matchups that it's good in. I just don't feel like there's any decks that, like, it's super relevant against. So you do think the third Tamiyo? Yeah, I've been very, very torn on the third Tamiyo or not. Over Krasis? That's possible. So then do you think I should go the single win con with Callus Dismissal being the only way to win? Or do you think that I should, like, cut the Callus to 1 and put a secondary win con in? Because that's a little scary to me, only having the 1 win con. Yeah, I've been right there with you on the Tamiyo. She's been that between 3 and 2 about 27 times. Right. Yeah, most lists did completely drop Krasis. Like, so the only reason I was leaning back towards it is kind of the conversation I was having earlier, just because I think against the aggro matchup, scanning the life is just sometimes relevant, so... Like, I mean, that's the choice. Like, I mean, if I do that, I'm losing the pre-board against aggro, and then the deck becomes better against control. So, I mean, I think that still puts me back in the same boat as before. Like, do I want the deck... Right, for sure. So, do I want the deck to be better against aggro control in the main? That's the decision I have to make, right? Such a hard decision. I'm still not sure about the 3 blast zones either. That might still should be 2. I don't know. Don't think Grazer is even good enough. Really? So if you don't think it's even good enough against aggro, then why did like you know, talking about the stock list, and every single list basically has 3 of it in the side though. Like almost every of the like pro lists and stuff, like the ones you see on Star City and stuff. Like for example, let's see here. I know the Emma Handy list didn't, but like, or no, the Emma Handy list did. The Ali Eldrazi one didn't, but his is kind of different deck. And then the second Emma Handy list does have it. Just the first one didn't, the second one does. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is the hard point, is just deciding how I want the main last couple cards to be. I like the double callus over the blink. I think that's a good tech. Does everything I want. It's a win con and a bounce and a removal spell in one. Cameo recurs, it's for the win. I like the main board Narset because it just hits a lot of random stuff, and it allows me to do shenanigans with Nexus and stuff. It's better than a random counter or a slow card, and you need something to switch out, but main board slots over 15 rounds. I'm not sure what you're saying out there, Cornbread.
That surrounds this planet.
Like, you're saying that over 15 rounds, you don't think I'll run into enough aggro to make it worth it? Is that what you're saying? I think that's what you're saying. Right, okay. So in other words, then, you don't think that the meta is going to be super aggro, then? Because we kind of had a discussion the other day, and you said that you did think the meta would be aggro. So have you changed your thought on that? Because I think that's the determining factor. I mean, if the meta's not going to be aggro, then I absolutely agree. There's no reason for Grazer to be made. The only reason I was doing that is because I presumed that it was going to be a primarily aggro meta. So it's also relevant that it is good against Grixis, but it's not a game breaker against aggro. Right. That's fair. That is fair. I don't know. This is hard. This is very hard. But either way, I got to get this deck put together in paper, so we are going to have to call the stream there. I've got some decisions to make, and it just is what it is, so. I really appreciate everybody hanging out today. It was pretty awesome. We got a pretty sizable host by, I'm never going to remember his name, Sandman, I believe it was. And then we had freaking Numod in here for a few minutes. That was awesome. Like, it's great whenever things like that happen. That may be the first I've ever had like a super popular like pro or whatever like him in here, so that's pretty cool. Looks like there's only like 2 or 3 of us. There might be a few more. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about a raid tonight or anything. I'm just gonna get off here and focus my brain on this deck. So, thanks again, Cornbread, for all the advice. Thanks again, Calvary, for sticking around, and Bront as well. I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. I will not be streaming the next 2 days for sure. Probably not Sunday, but I should be back on it by Monday at the latest. So, if I don't see you before then have a great weekend, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time.